it's my pleasure to welcome you to our very first poetry and spoken word slam. So thanks for coming. The Literary Arts Committee has been working really hard on this for the last couple of months, and I think you're going to be delighted. We're so excited to be able to see our youth performers and our adult performers who are going to bring you their original poems and spoken arts pieces celebrating the literary arts. So I always like to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about the Society Incorporated Supporting the Arts. In case you don't know, we are a national organization, and we're a 413C organization, and we have 34 chapters all around the country, and we have one mission, and that is supporting youth in the arts in 4 creative areas: the literary arts, performing arts, visual arts, and instrumental and vocal arts. That's what we do. And we activate that mission through our programming. So we look in the community and look for gaps that we can fill in any of those areas due to lack of funding or lack of resources, and we provide opportunities to support youth in their career pursuits in the arts. So we want you to join us in that. So please follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. You can go to our website at Harbor, Maryland. What is that? Harbor City, Maryland Society at gmail.com, so that you can follow us and contribute to our mission. So now I'd like to introduce the ladies of Harbor City, Maryland chapter. So if you could please stand. I'm going to start with the officers. I want to acknowledge Lady Deborah Mahone first. She's our immediate past president, and she's a national officer with the Society Incorporated Supporting the Arts. Lady Deborah. Lady Dolores Johnson Cooper is our vice president. We have Lady Monis Sanders. She's in the back, and you'll get to hear from her in a minute. She's our recording secretary. Lady Arvella, our corresponding secretary, if you could raise your hand. Lady Connie, who is our treasurer in the back. She's the one who keeps our money straight. We have Lady Espinola, if you could raise your hand. She's our amenities chair. We have Lady June, if you raise your hand. She's the chair of our Performing Arts Committee. Lady Debbie, who is our historian, if you could raise your hand. Lady Pat, who is our chaplain, if you could raise your hand. Lady Monis. Lady Tiffany, who is our chair of the Visual Arts Committee. Okay, did I miss? Lady Vanessa, who is the chair of our Instrumental and Vocal Committee. Did I miss anybody? I can't see. I did Monis. Lady Connie, I did Lady Connie. Did I miss anyone? I did Debbie. Okay, so these are our passionate we have 20 members of the Harbor City, Maryland chapter, and we are very passionate about supporting youth in the arts. So thank you so much, ladies. So it's my pleasure now to introduce Lady Dolores, who will give you a little bit more information about our purpose.
Thank you so much, Lady Marion. It is great to see everyone out on this cold Monday holiday, so we're happy to see everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. And the purpose of this initiative, as Lady Monis mentioned, that the society has a single focus, and that focus is to support children, young adults in the arts, in their passion. As you know, over the years, and unfortunately it's probably going to get worse, that the arts have been reduced in our public school systems, and that the arts is always under attack. So we wanted to ensure that we can provide 2 things, and that is a platform for the children who choose to go into the arts, to have a platform where we can help them be exposed. Because, as you know, exposure is key, and especially getting comfortable in speaking and performing in front of groups is very important as a young adult moves forward. In addition to that, we also know that exposure is good, but money is king. So we also try to support them with scholarships and economically, so they can continue to pursue their dreams. So that is the purpose. And within society, we have four genres, which Lady Marion mentioned already. And today we are going to focus on the genre of literary arts. And literary arts is a wonderful focus area. All art is wonderful, but today we are looking at the literary arts, specifically spoken word and poetry. Rap and all of that comes under that genre. So we are all excited about the program that we have for you today. We have 5 students that will be competing competitively. We have a lot of other entertainment that Lady Manas will introduce you to. Now, speaking of Lady Manas is the chair of the Literary Arts Committee, and supporting her in that effort is Lady Deborah Mahone, whom you met previously. She's on the Literary Arts Committee, as well as Lady Connie. Lady Connie, who's also the treasurer, doing double duty as always on our Literary Arts Committee. And I'm also on the Literary Arts Committee. So with that being said, let's turn it over to Lady Manas, who will give you even more information about today's program.
Hello, everybody. So good to see you. I'm going to give you a very brief outline of what you can expect, and it's all going to be fun and all going to be good. First of all, we're going to begin with an audience engagement activity that's going to be led by Mr. Bomani. Then we're going to invite you to enjoy our young poets, and we are so excited about that. We have 6 of them that will compete, and an additional guest poet that's going to share with us as well. And I, for one, and I'm sure you will agree, cannot wait to hear what they will share with us. So exciting. We're joined by a wonderful panel of judges, and all of whom are literary professionals. And we thank them so much for being here with us, and you'll hear a little bit more about them. Once our competing poets have performed, we're then going to open up the mic for a bit, so that anybody in the audience that decides or has decided as they were walking in here that they want to come to the mic and share some poetry with us, they're invited to do so. If you think you would like to do that, please sign up on the sheet. There's a sheet back there. There's also going to be one there that you can use. And we have some that have signed up already, so we're very excited about that. So right now, I am going to be pleased to introduce you to Bomani. He's going to start us off with the writing process, but let me tell you a little bit about him first. For well over 15 years, he has used hip-hop, poetry, and multimedia disciplines to teach unique and innovative workshops for kindergartners all the way up to graduate students. Maybe us old folks, too. Students learn how a well-written essay resembles a well-written song. He believes that the art of hip-hop rhyming is an innate talent, but by applying the writing process principles already used in the classroom, combined with his BARS curriculum, any student can be taught to rhyme. The Bomani Arma writing system, BARS curriculum, gets students excited and prepared to be creative writers. And he's here today to show us how it's done. Please welcome him and enjoy Bomani.
Good afternoon. My name is Bomani, or my students call me Baba Bomani. I do all my performances as if I'm doing a hip-hop concert, so this is what I need. When I count to 3, I need everyone to say peace and throw up the deuces like this. Y'all ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Peace. This is hip-hop. Y'all can be loud. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Peace. This is a small space. If you don't participate, I can see you. All right? Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Peace. Great job. Friends, what you just did is called call and response. Everybody say call and response. Even better, when I say call, you say response. Call, call, response. Y'all got it. Now, the first piece I'm going to do for you is called My Name Is. I am a spoken word artist and a hip hop artist. The number one job of a hip hop artist ever since the 1970s is to brag about themselves and where they're from. That's what I'm about to do in the song. During the chorus, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. I'm going to need y'all to say peace. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Help me out. It goes 1, 2, 3. My name is Baba Bomani. My flow's a force of nature like a tsunami. My words on paper are 3D like origami. Watch my hip hop party, stretch your mind and move your body. Baba means father in the language of Yoruba, spoken in countries of Benin, Togo, and Nigeria. It's father in Swahili, used in Congo and Rwanda, Burundi, Mozambique, South Africa, and Somalia, Tanzania, Kenya, and can't forget Uganda. My African heritage is what I'm very fond of. So I put Baba in my title so you know where I stand the moment of my arrival. In the tradition of rappers of the past, like the Grandmaster title for Grandmaster Kaz, MC for MC Light, even Little for Little Wayne, and Young for Young M.A. Baba states it plain. My name is Baba Bomani. 1, 2, 3. My name is Baba Bomani. 1, 2, 3. My name is Baba Bomani. I'm old school in the game like Atari. This is my full-time job, it's not a hobby. To kick it for the kids like Mr. Miyagi doing karate. Now let me tell you something about me. My name comes from the countries of Malawi, Tanzania, Zambia, and even Mozambique. Depends on what indigenous language that they speak. Bomani means warrior to the Ngoni. Yes, it's my real name, I can never be a phony. I changed it 20 years ago, it fits me if you know me. Even changed my last name in a big ceremony. In the tradition of black figures back in the day, like Nsozaki Shange and Kwame Ture, Chokwe Lumumba, El Haj Malik, El Shabazz. Bomani is what I'm known as. My name is Baba Bomani. 1, 2, 3. My name is Baba Bomani. 1, 2, 3. My name is Baba Bomani. My flow rides on the track like a Maserati. Get my speaking from my daddy, my good looks from my mommy, cause I'm a black star like my man Marcus Garvey. My last name is pronounced Ama. From the West African people called the Ga. From the country of Ghana around the city of Accra. The flag is red, gold, and green with a black star. They took our last names when they brought us across the water. So I went to Africa to see what names it had to offer. Changed my last name after a great Ghanaian author. An African name I can pass on to my daughter. Or I can pass it to my sons. They might change it one day. I can't control who they'll become. But if they ask why I did what I've done, I say I'm building a tradition, not resting upon one. My name is Baba Bomani. 1, 2, 3. My name is Baba Bomani. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Give it up for yourselves, y'all. Great job. So I have a question for y'all. Show of hands, how many writers are in the room? Raise your hand if you're a writer. All right, good job. Put your hands down. Friends, that was a trick question. If you made it past the 2nd grade, you are a writer. If you were not a writer, they would never let you pass the 2nd grade. If you know a teacher, they're shaking their head right now. All right, you're gonna write to get out of school, you're gonna write to get into the next school, you're gonna write to get a job, you're gonna write when you get that job, you gotta do end of the month reports. You wanna start a business, you gotta write a business plan. You get famous, you wanna write an autobiography. We are all writers. Let's try this again. How many writers are in the room? If you made it past the 2nd grade, I need to see your hand. All right, thank you. All right, friends, so I know not all of my students are going to be rappers, but I know they're all going to be writers, so I make sure all my students leave with this information. The 5 steps of the writing process. Pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing. If you follow these 5 steps, everything you write will be better. All right? Now, friends, to make sure you remember these 5 steps, I want to use rhythm, rhyme, and repetition. I believe in the powers of the 3 R's: rhythm, rhyme, repetition. Kids, ask your parents. They got songs from the 90s that are stuck in their head that they don't even like. From rhythm, rhyme, and repetition, I show my students how to use these powers for good. The 5 steps are pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing. Since you're all writers, I want to make sure you know these steps, so I came up with a dance that you can do in your chair. I want you to do the dance with me. Let me show you the 5 steps of the writing process. Everybody put your hands on your head. Once again, it's a small space. I can see if you're not participating. All right, repeat after me. Everybody say, pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing. Those are the 5 steps of the writing process. And make sure you got them. Let's do it again. Hands in your head. Repeat after me. Everybody say, pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing. Wonderful job. Let's do it one more time to make sure you got it. This time, let's do it in slow motion to make sure you got it. Let's do the slow-mo version together. Y'all ready? Here we go. It goes. In this stage of the writing process, you want the idea to just explode out of your brain. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about handwriting. Don't worry about grammar. Draw stick figures if you need to. Next, you want to put in some kind of format. Are you writing a song? Are you writing an essay? That is called drafting. After you finish your first draft, you want to look at it and see what you need to change. Maybe what was last should be first, first should be last. You have to add or delete. That is called revising. And good writers revise over and over and over and over. Y'all got it? All right, after you're done revising, now you want to polish it up. Check it for spelling, for handwriting, for grammar. That is called editing. Last but not least, you want the whole world to read or hear this wonderful thing you wrote. That is called... We ain't gonna have no problems. Friends, I wrote this next song because I would do assemblies and students would come up to me afterwards and say, Baba Bomani, how do you take your ideas and turn them into a song? I would tell them it's the writing process. They would say, what's the writing process? So I realized I had to use the writing process to write a song about the writing process. Are y'all following me? All right, we're gonna have some fun with this. Here we go. When I wanna write something and my thoughts are all a mess, I put it all together with the writing process. I got thoughts I must express or issues I must address. The way to do it best is the writing process. It goes pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing. 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 When I'm pre-writing, I'm brainstorming what's gonna happen. So before I start rapping, I begin by mind mapping. Start by writing down on paper everything I feel like telling. No worries about grammar, punctuation, handwriting, or spelling. Now, my ideas in pieces. This is the genesis. I'm turning my research into a working thesis. Once I've gathered ideas, then I make an outline. This works for letters, essays, books, speeches, or rhymes. The audience and the purpose sets me on the right path. Who am I writing for, and what arguments do I have? With those questions asked, I make my first draft. There's no exact answer. This ain't science or math. To perfect the tone and style, I must revise it, so I read it. I see what else is needed and what needs to be deleted. Like a garden when you water it and weed it, then repeat it. No reason to feel defeated. You'll know when it's completed, cause I wanna write something and my thoughts are all a mess. I put it all together with the writing process. I got thoughts I must express or issues I must address. The way to do. All right, y'all, do it with me this time. Here we go. It goes pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing. Pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing. You got it. Pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing. One more time. Pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing. I've done pre-writing, drafting, revising, and I reread it. Now I put that polish on it cause I'm gonna edit. I proofread and correct errors in grammar and mechanics. This part can be a terror, but there is no need to panic. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I take my time and read it through. I find another writer to give it to, because 4 eyes are better than 2. I make edits to improve on the clarity and style. Remember to be patient because this might take a while. I can publish it in so many ways. Print it out on a page, read it at class or on stage. Depends on the audience I want to engage. An email blast, television broadcast, an article with photographs, or my podcast may be a performance with a cast. Most important thing is that I get it out and that I'm clear on what I'm talking about. So when I get on the microphone and put it on a track, you can bounce your head to the writing process when you play it back. When I wanna write something and my thoughts are all a mess, I put it all together with the writing process. I got thoughts I must express or issues I must address. The way to do it. All right, y'all, one last time. Here we go. It goes pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing. Good job, pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing. You know it, pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing. One more time, pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing. Good job, y'all. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you. So I'm going to now do this last piece. This is actually the first song I wrote for students. I've been on the U Street. I was born in D.C. I was raised in PG County. I don't know. I was assuming it's a bunch of PG County people in here. You from PG County? What part of the Carolinas your parents from? All right, cool. So this is actually the first song I wrote for students. I've been doing open mics. I used to be the director of poetry events for Busboys and Poets. I've converted over the last year to doing a whole bunch of stuff with students, and I wrote this song first because I realized what I kept repeating to my students. They kept telling me they had writer's block, and I realized they're breaking one of the 3 rules of creative writing. I want to teach you the 3 rules of creative writing right now. It's going to be a call and response. I say the first line, you say the second line. Rule number 1, the only answer that's wrong is an answer that's blank. Friends, when I say the only answer that's wrong, I want you to say is the answer that's blank. Here we go. The only answer that's wrong. Good job. Rule number 2, writers don't make mistakes, we make discoveries. Let's try that one. Writers don't make mistakes. Good job. Rule number 3, do not edit in your head. Do not. Perfect. This next song is called The 3 Rules of Creative Writing. Thank y'all for coming out to this event. Give it up for the Society for the Performing Arts making this happen. Thank you, ladies. This has been wonderful. If you want more information about me, I have stickers for everybody. I have business cards. Everybody do an old school dance in your seat before we get this groove started. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's exciting. When we do creative writing, inspiration igniting, ideas like lightning in a poem or a song. Don't worry what word belongs. Your opinion is impossible to get wrong. Brainstorming ideas is how art is made. Raise your hand, write it down. No need to be afraid. We really want to know what you think. The only answer that's wrong is the answer that's blank. Only answer that's wrong is the only answer that's wrong is the only answer that's wrong is the only answer that's wrong. Creating something new can be stressful. Having the right attitude can help you be successful. Edison's attitude helped him not go berserk. I didn't fail 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways that didn't work. So don't worry that the word, phrase, or sentence isn't right. Every idea you have out there will spark another light. This is the rough draft nobody sees. Writers don't make mistakes. We make discoveries. Writers don't make mistakes. Writers don't make mistakes. Writers don't make mistakes. Writers don't make mistakes. Do you have a diary, a notebook, or a journal to make sure your bright ideas don't stay internal? Make sure you have a place to write ideas down. When you see them on the page, they're easy to move around. You can revise, remix, rethink, and edit. Best of all, you won't regret it because you won't forget it. To make sure your ideas can evolve and spread, do not edit in your head. It goes do not edit in your head. Do not edit in your head. Do not edit in your head. Do not. So remember, when your teacher asks you to write something creatively, they want to know what you're thinking, your opinion. You cannot get that wrong, so write something down. Rule 1, the only answer that's wrong is the answer that, the only answer that's wrong is the only answer that's wrong is the only answer that's wrong is when you write down this answer, you might not like it immediately. That does not mean you wrote down the wrong words. You wrote down the words that will lead you to the words you're looking for. Rule 2, writers don't make mistakes, we make discoveries. Writers don't make mistakes. Writers don't make mistakes. Writers don't make mistakes. All right, raise your hand if you have a journal or a notebook or a tape recorder or a hammer and chisel, some way to put down your ideas. You need one of those. It's crucial, all right? Rule 3 is do not edit in your head. 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 Give it up for yourselves, y'all. Great job. Once again, my name is Bomani. My students call me Baba Bomani. I'm also known when I'm not working with students as the Watermelon Man. Look me up at my website. I got stickers and cards. Give it up for the society for putting this together. Good luck to all the participants. At the count of 3, everybody say peace, throw up the deuces, and have a great rest of your evening. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Peace. Thank y'all. Good job. Thank y'all.
Let's give Bomani another round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'd like to continue with our program, and I would like to begin by introducing the judges who have so graciously agreed to evaluate and critique our student performers today. We have professional artists, individuals who have worked in the field of literary arts. And I want to begin by introducing first, and would you please stand as I introduce you, Miss Sabrina C. Nash. She is a poet, author, educator. She is an academic and career advisor at Prince George's Community College. And among her many roles and responsibilities, Ms. Nash is the coordinator, curator, and publisher of the Reflections Literary and Arts magazine, a publication released biannually through the college. Thank you for being a judge for us today. And I'd also like to introduce Ms. Saniya Pearson. Thank you. Saniya is a 17-year-old international baccalaureate student and the current youth poet laureate of Prince George's County. In 2024, yes, that deserves applause. In 2024, she was honored at the Maryland General Assembly, receiving a Senate resolution commemorating her term as Youth Poet Laureate of the county. Notable performances include the Kennedy Center in a performance called What's Going On Now, The Next Generation Speaks, and In Search of Silence, the ribbon cutting of the Bowie State University's Martin Luther King Center. She looks forward in the future to continuing her passion for performing socially conscious and uplifting pieces and becoming a civil rights attorney. Thank you so much. Also on our program today, I have 2 adjustments to make. One of our judges that was invited to attend has a family emergency and may not be able to come. We're fine, though we do have 3 judges, but I do want to introduce, in the event that we do have a 3rd judge who was planning to be a part of this panel. That is poet Joy Matthews Alford. She's also known as Sister Joy. We'll do a full introduction for her if she arrives. However, we're fortunate to also have a 3rd judge who is a professional author. Mr. Bernardo, would you please stand? Mr. Bernardo is a member of Collective Voices, which is a poetry organization sponsored, organized, and founded by Sister Joy. Mr. Bernardo is also the author of the book entitled Bridge Over Aggravated Troubles. So thank you so much for standing in. We appreciate your support. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. The first group of student performers will be in this order. Lavender Perry. We also have Alexandria Ransom. Her stage name is Lemonade Dream. And the next performer will be Daniel Montgomery. So let me introduce our first performer. If you could make your way to the stage. Lavender. She is a 12th grader. She attends the Academy of Health Sciences in Prince George's County. She's 18 years old. A little music to introduce Lavender.
Sistah. Hello. My name is Lavender Petty, and this is my poem titled Swallowing Bones. I am a massive failure. Crying on this large yellow bus so much people start to notice. French knots in my stomach, I can't seem to focus because everything I touch turns to quicksand, disintegrating into ash and bones that beat on the hollow of my back, a cacophony of sounds, each a different call from a different figure. There's no harmony as dust flies into the air, every beat making me feel wild, split apart. I would rather be split apart because maybe then my bones can fight back, disarm my unknowing opponent. Instead, I struggle to stay afloat through the noise. Not harsh enough for deep waters, but I never quite made it out of the pond, this shallow kiddie pool I never quite fit into. But I've always been yelled at for being too small. Why is my work never good enough? Well, I know people who work harder. Why can I not schedule my own breaks? Well, I know people who don't take breaks. Why can't you acknowledge what I've done? Well, maybe I haven't done enough. I don't work hard enough at school, and I don't work hard enough at work, so I never work hard enough at anything. So you always find something to be upset with me over. Each slight misstep is littered with threats, made more deadly by this cloudy air of bones I could never swallow. Thank you.
Thank you. And our next student, if you'd make your way up, goes by her stage name is Lemonade Dream. Her name is her name is Alexandria Ransom. She is a 10th grade student. She is 15, and she attends Duke Ellington. And she enjoys social media and other marketing skills. Let's welcome Lemonade Dream.
Hi, my name is Lemonade Dream. The name of this poem is Once a Woman. Once a woman at the time, a girl named Ruby, sat in class knowing she was black, and now I sit in class with all races, and it doesn't matter that I'm black. Or once when a woman named Rosa Parks parked her behind to the bus seat, refused to move, and didn't accept defeat. Harriet made this Underground Railroad define what she was told, and now slavery is history, and in books not my reality. But no, every Black History and Women's History Month, I learn about my past, proud to see where I've come from. See, this is the beauty in the word woman. I am young woman made and raised by amazing women. I am born from trailblazers and pioneers. Mae Jemison was the first black woman to touch the stars. I remember always thinking how I could reach the stars, how I can be a star. Speaking of sky, let's talk Bessie Coleman, the first African-American woman to earn a pilot's license, making history so striking. She really worked hard to get that license. Shirley Chisholm fought for women's rights, anti-poverty, and education too. Love to these women is due. And for our writers in the room, Maya Angelou was a civil rights leader with activism soaking through her pen, and every body of work she wrote, man, was that woman cold. Nikki Giovanni, the realest one out, she wrote for Black, LGBTQ, and every single identity out. She was writer. Angela Davis, one of the greatest, writing all greatness, a woman with fire and desire to write what should be right, never really retired. Black Panther and Communist Party, so amazing, fighting with her artistry. And went to jail about what she believed in, too. Toni Morrison, too, the first African-American winner of a Nobel Prize. And that came from the things she chose to write. Would a Beyonce say, you won't break my soul? Madam C.J. Walker made me happy in my afro when she made hair care for black babies like me. So now I rock my big hair, my big froze, my puffs and buns too, and I don't feel upset like I used to when I have to do with my hair, with all my kinks, curls, and coils too. I know it's all a part of the beauty of being black, boo. So Lemonade Dream will become a woman who goes down in history, who aspires to be her own kind of woman, who inspires other little girls to be powerful women.
All right, let's hear it for Thank You, Lemonade Dream. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. And our next student poet who is coming up is Daniel Montgomery. Daniel is a 9th grade student at Springbrook High School. He's 15 years old, and he will be presenting, I will let him introduce his number. Let's hear it for Daniel Montgomery.
The title of my poem is My Love Is. My love is rushing throughout, no matter if there's rain or drought. My blood and tears shape your future. It's your choice, but don't wait. Sin is like a tumor. My love is flowing like a river. You can trust in me because I deliver. Don't be sad. I am the great deliverer. Take action, for it is now or never. A day tore a veil over all wrongdoings passed over. Please do not shake nor tremble, for I have forgiven you on the Passover. It was a tragic comedy, a cloth I tore beyond remedy. With a great rip, a bond was created. The Lamb spoke, his words were weighted. Through the years, I've watched you stumble, but in my embrace, you will never crumble. The path is long, and the way is steep, but trust in me, for I never sleep. My love for you is a constant fire, a burning flame that lifts you higher. Though you falter, and though you stray, I will guide you back. I will show the way. In the silence, hear my voice. Your heart is heavy. Will you rise? For I have shattered your disguise. With every step and with every fall, I will be there to catch it all. Even through your deepest pains, in the stillness, feel my presence. A constant, ever-present essence. Through the storm and through the night, I will be your guiding light. No more shadows, no more fears. Leave behind the bitter years. Embrace the love that's always been, for in your heart you shall begin. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. So now we're going to proceed with an introduction. Lady Connie is going to acknowledge our great DJ, and then we will proceed with our program.
Good afternoon, everyone. You all having a great time? Wonderful poetry, wonderful spoken word. I'm so glad that you all could be with us today. And I'd like to have a big hand for our DJ. DJ Surge is in the house. Thank you so much. You want to say a little something? Thank you. Now, we're going to, as we take a brief break from our student performers, we are honored to have another professional poet in the house. This is Bernardo, christened Andre Bernardo Taylor. We are so pleased to have you with us. He is also known as the sing-song poet, and he's the author of Bridge Over Aggregated Troubles. He brings attraction to words with a melody adding music to your day. Let's all welcome Bernardo to the stage.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to be here, especially under these circumstances. I had signed up for the open mic because I wanted to pay homage to the young poets and make sure they know that their work is appreciated. I really enjoyed Bomani's introduction, his whole idea of how you write the poem, you know, the whole thing. You know, awesome, y'all, awesome. I'm here in place of Sister Joy, who couldn't make it. And she's a colleague of mine for about 15 years. I've been writing poetry for 50 years. I started writing as a little kid, writing in notebooks, trying to understand the world, why I could go to school, and they would tell me to love my neighbor, and I'd come out and somebody would say something very derogatory to me, and I didn't understand why. So I wrote in books. And one day I shared my poems with someone, and they said they too felt that way. I showed it to another person, and they said, I felt that but didn't know how to say it. So slowly but surely, it was revealed to me that God had given me a certain understanding, a certain way to do things, so that we could all be connected, because a poet's job is to communicate. A poet's job is to paint the vision so people can see the vision. As long as you keep the vision, like my brother said, inside your head, they'll never know. They'll never know there's a better way when other people are busy pushing out bad information. Lately, there's been a lot of talk about DEI, even from people who don't understand what it is they're talking about. Just ask them, what is DEI? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. All those are wonderful words, and they serve to call upon a diverse planet of people to come together and make things work. It's not about choosing somebody just because or just because. You're looking for people who bring heart, who bring intelligence, who bring sincerity to the situation to make it better for everybody, not just one person or not just this small group of people. The world is too large for that. So, to you young people, I look through my vast collection of writings, even beyond the book, to find a poem that I hope will inspire you. It's called YGB, My Testimony, My Plea. To be young, gifted, and black is under attack, has always been. When Funkadelic said America eats its young, what was inferred is they are not your friends. They. Who is they? The ones that say you are up to no good. The ones that say you are from that hood. Leave out the word neighbor. As if they should distinguish you are not. And the rules of policing seem to point to the extinguishing of you a lot. But you can be lifted. You can be saved. Even as they ban the books to look the other way, Even as we say to them, these are the results of faulty systems. This is the hate you gave, all the way from slavery to Jim Crow, separate but equal, the black codes. To be young, gifted, and black meant to carry a heavy load, meant to know that you were gifted but would not be given chance. But somehow, some way, our ancestors found ways to advance. And now it is your turn to prance. We have always had to rise above. We have always had to lean on love. Those lost in drugs have given up. Almost. I was caught up. Almost. Came close. But prayers from my family, from those dark depths, pulled me back. Brave, attentive, caring, kind were their acts to help the ones they love, once young, gifted, and black. To be young, gifted, and black is under attack. In 1971, I was, and it was only because I was black. I was even called Nia, but it did not come with no dap. It came with a sneer, a jeer, almost a cheer. Felt like I was slapped down to my soul, like my head snapped back. Felt maimed, and I blamed, and I stopped believing in all that was me and all worth achieving. But because I was planted by a river of faith, the rainbows in around the bend helped me to mend and never break. For the sake of us all, I heed to this call. I keep praying for a better world for every little boy and girl, but especially for those who need help the most. Help to be given to those who are living under the lash of blatant racism. I impart them with poem, with decree, like Moses did the sea. As a word heard in the beginning, I now plead with them to be black excellence, be bold exemplary, be bright emissary, be blessed epitome, be blazing energizer, be brave encourager, be brilliant educator, be beautiful emphasis, be best example, be benevolent, exquisite, be who you envision. Don't let life set you back. Be young, gifted, and black with soul intact. And that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. In this world, you can be so much more when you see you are young, gifted, and black. And that's a fact.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate that, thank you. You've got a double role today, but we appreciate that exemplary performance. Very well done. And so now we're going to transition back to our student performers. We have two more students who are performing today in the competitive role, and a third that will be coming on a little later as a guest student performer. So our next two students will be Zion King and Adabimpe Omotusho. And if you would start making your way up, I'll introduce Zion King first. Zion is a 12th grade student at Pathways. He is 18 years old, and we are happy that he is here to perform today. Come on up, Zion.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Zion King, and the name of the poem that I'm going to show you today is Avoiding Change. Musketeer on musketeer, I really hope this is the year to stop all of my fallen tears and to make sure the sky is clear. Growing up poor, having to draw my sword, the definition of a war is to fight until the sky is red. Fighting when not nearly fed, my body is filled with dread. All of the men are nearly dead, so where am I to lie in bed? Nonsense, nonsense, the sorrow and greed in the skies, there is no color in my eyes. A part of me has truly died because all of my friends have been deprived. Frustration, yes. What is the difference between now and then? Still the same, just different skin. God will repent all my sins to help me not sin again. Sins? We won the war, but yet our men on the floor, silly men who are just bored and only some who are truly forced. I have questions with no answers. Will it stay the same forever, or can we make change? One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What justice? Having to fight for a nation that doesn't seek change, care about themselves and no one else? Are you sane? What is it? Captivity, not a nation. There's no liberty. Thrown in jail with no sympathy. This is not the olden days to where you can get away with just anything. Clothes, houses, beds, television. Everything has changed except us. How can we call ourselves the United States when there's no one to trust? We are not united. We are divided. We say this is the land of the free, when truly we should be indicted. Burdened, awry, amen. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Very timely, very appropriate. I love the subject. And our next student competitor is Adebimpe Omotusho. She is 15 years old. You start making your way up to the stage. She is a student at CMIT South. And let's welcome Adebimpe to the stage.
Hello, everyone. How are we today? That's great. Before we start, yes, my name is Adebimpe, but my last name is pronounced Omotosho. So Omo, then Shoto, Omotosho. All right. The name of my poem is called How to Cancel Someone, 101. Recent years have taught us that we tend to be very picky. Picky enough that we are willing to cancel anything. Canceling someone from a crime is understandable enough. I mean, you reap what you sow, right? But recent years have also taught me about that social media plays by a few rules. If you go out of line or do something that's not widely accepted by society, you become a jester for their laughs. I mean, what you consider empowerment is actually toxic behavior. So how do we cancel someone? Well, I do not really like what you said to me, so let me downvote what you said and then comment, angry reply. I mean, I took offense to your position on this controversial topic. Let me create a few videos and target an audience that I know cannot stand you. Forget about the First Amendment because we have created classifications for hate speech and you just so happen to take every single box. Let me create a few memes and boycott your products. I mean, I do not want to be affiliated with you. Let me season your actions with a few replies, a little forged, but I mean, signed, said by you, posted under a trendy sound and hope that others see it too. 2 weeks have passed and there is a storm on the horizon. The internet has now turned their backs against you. The tabloids are talking and I am just watching your fortress burn. The comment sections are on my side. You are not one of us, and you are not welcomed here, says one poster. Hashtag canceled. Another one says, hashtag over, hashtag so dramatic. Your music is a waste of production money. Wait, don't tell me she's wearing braids. You know how angry and upset we get when we have to share our culture. The European girl has posted a video of her loving her micros. She is lip singing to an Afrobeat song. She has poured gasoline on a wounded fire, and the comments read, first, they take our land, and then our cultures. Hashtag canceled. I hope all her hair falls out because stealing cultures is so not cool. Hashtag over. And please ask for permission next time. Hashtag canceled. We cannot accept that we do not own hairstyles, but that's what cancel culture is. It's important to be sensitive without ever feeling sorry for someone. I mean, the European girl now has a target of internet bullies that are trolling and bullying her, nasty news articles, and she has to post an apology video for it. Notice how I said internet bullies? Because that's what cancel culture is. It's online bullying done in an attempt to draw power away from someone and tear down the poster's online reputation. Cancel culture is a monster created along with the internet that we all so love. It is a monster that cannot be caged nor controlled. The First Amendment is no more. Cancel thieves because their actions do not align with our ideals. Done.
Thank you. Cancel culture. I don't want to be canceled by her, but good job. Excellent job. This concludes the competitive category of our spoken word and poetry slam. So we're going to allow the judges a little time to begin tabulating those scores for the 5 students who have competed. We do have one more student performer who is outside of the age range for today's competition. She's actually a college student. So we're gonna have a brief musical interlude, and then we'll bring up our guest performer, which will then be followed quickly by the announcement of our 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place winners. And I do wanna remind you while we're taking this brief break that this is a free event. We're so happy to see that we have a full house, but we are accepting donations. If you would so kindly consider contributing $5, $10, $25, whatever you can. The QR codes are behind us. There are also cards at the registration table, and I think there may be a few in the room. We'll circulate those. So anything you can contribute would certainly help the Harbor City, Maryland Society continue its mission of supporting students in the arts. Thank you. We do have one additional student to perform. Our judges have tabulated their scores. Our committee is reviewing the results, so we will present the results immediately following this final presentation. As I mentioned earlier, our competition today was open to students between the ages of 13 and 18. However, our mission is to support students through college if possible. So we do have one college-age performer. Ariana, if you would make your way to the stage, please. Ariana Bosley, she is 20. Let's give her a round of applause. Excellent. She attends the College of Southern Maryland. She enjoys literary arts, vocal and instrumental arts, and so we're happy that she's able to share one of her original pieces with us today. Come on up.
Hello. My poem is called It's Okay. It's okay, a subtle phrase meant to make my pain dissipate, but is anything really okay? Or is it just something we say when we don't want to address the collective brokenness we gain from this ever so cruel world? Is it just the human way of saying sometimes life happens, but there's nothing we can do? I could never decode such a fluid phrase used in such a number of scenarios and ways. Are we really okay? When the world worships money like it's a god, bows down to billionaires like false prophets just because they pirate all the profits from the poor. Are we really okay when AI is replacing I, when human connection is replaced by an internet connection? Are we really okay when a criminal that idolizes Hitler stole the 2024 election and is trying to steal women's rights to our autonomy? Are we really okay when a generation doesn't believe they will have a future because of our collective environmental degradation? When many of us can't afford the basic necessities our parents could afford when they were our age in the American economy? Are we really okay when people hate each other just for breathing and having the audacity to look different and be different and still be thriving? Is it really okay? Or is that something we say to drown out the suffocating hopelessness we feel living every day? Thank you.
All right, I think we are ready to do the awards. But before we do that, we have a special performance. I mentioned at the top of the show that one of our guest professional judges was unable to be with us earlier today, but she is here now, and she is phenomenal. And I would like for her to do her full presentation before we announce our winners for our Poetry Slam. And please join me in welcoming Sister Joy Alford, also known as Sister Joy.
Thank you, and congratulations to all who competed, and thank you to those that supported the event. So many times we have programs that highlight the art that our young people are lifting, and I am so glad to see such a resounding turnout for this event today. I'd like to present a piece relatively new that I simply titled Sassiness. Sassiness. Does my sassiness upset you? Or does it cause you to finally see the beauty of my power, my prowess? You have no idea how powerful I am. Do you not see the evidence? Look around you. Why are you here? Listening to my words. No, I'm not arrogant, but I am audacious. I'm not claiming to be all that, what some call gall, bold, cocky. It's my armor. What some call temerity, some call anything but a child God. Some cultures call it chutzpah. It's the power of one of God's creations. And guess what? He gave that same power to you. Mine is through poetry, word. The power of word has long been known by all who understand that when God spoke, that which he proclaimed became so. No, I'm not claiming to be God. I'm simply sharing with you that you too have power beyond your own comprehension. Many are intimidated by it, but he gave it to each of us. We need only genuinely seek and find it. It's not hidden, someplace desolate and low. It's right inside, waiting to break free, waiting to free us from doubt, hesitation, and fear. Word is powerful. It brought you here today, not by magic, but because you are seeking light, uplifting, invigorating, empowering light through word. It's more than pleasing, it's nourishing, it's exhilarating even. Word is both my comfort and my sword, my weapon when I need it, my comfort when I don't. So I wrap myself in word, dress in her glow wherever I go, for I recognize word has been given to me for a purpose. You see, I have work to do. I cannot be timid or reticent if I am to share the word. She, you see, is the power that grows when embraced, when nourished, when recognized as the ultimate foundation of creation, used to birth the universe. So, my little strut, my sassy stroll, my elevated chin, my audacity to believe that I'm all that is also all yours. Whenever you decide to step into your power, whether through word or another form of work, just know it's not for show. There is work to be done, and only those souls who understand that this is not about themselves, this is not a time to be timid or limit what it is you strive to do, not a time for shrinking violets or wallflowers. Those souls who know this will grow to the next level. This is the time in the grand design of destiny that tells us all it's time now or never to understand that we're gonna need all this and more or the next 4. You see, as I say, if ever there was a time for boldness, cockiness, audacity, sassiness, it's now. I'm encouraged whenever I hear young voices echoing that sentiment in different words, but the very same necessary sentiment. Thank you so much.
All right, and on that, I'd like to introduce our chair of the literary committee, Lady Manis, whose vision for today made this happen, along with our president and vice president, President Lady Marion, and Vice President Lady Dolores, who have the distinguished honor of making the announcement.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging with us this afternoon. We're thrilled. We want to announce our 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place Youth Poet winners. Drum roll, please. So our 3rd place winner, and if you would please come and join us on the stage, is Lemonade Dream. Congratulations. Stay for a few minutes. Our second place winner is Zion King. And the moment we've all been waiting for, our first place winner is Adebempe Omotosho. Join us, please, and our other poets. Starting with Ariana Bosley. Would you please join us on the stage? We'd like to present you with a certificate. Next, we're going to be joined by Lemonade Dream, who's up here already. Zion King. Daniel Montgomery. Is already here. Congratulations. And then Lavender Petty. Congratulations and thank you again to all of our they're all winners. So I'm just we're gonna open the mic one more time. If anyone wants to come up and share with us that did not get a chance to sign up, now's your opportunity. You gotta be over 5. Anybody else? Oh, well. Bruce raised his hand. No takers?
While you're thinking about it, and while the gentleman is coming up, we just want to remind you that we would appreciate any additional donations that you may have, and we have the QR codes here for your convenience, PayPal, Cash App, and Zelle. So these performances and the gifts that we give is definitely of value to our community, and any community support that we can get is very much appreciated, and truly it is a donation and a labor of love for us, and we hope that it will be the same for you. Thank you so much.
Can we move this over?
Greetings. How's everyone? This has been a wonderful program. My name is J.L. Price. The name of this piece is I Want More. I want more. I want more. As America attempts to take it away, I realize that I want more. I want to know even more about our history and those history makers. I want to know more about Langston Hughes, C.J. Walker, and Maya Angelou. More about Gil Scott-Heron, Curtis Mayfield, and Denzel Washington. More about John Lewis, Ida B. Wells, and the 6 888 women from World War II. More about Paul Laurence Dunbar and Bessie Coleman. More about the black inventors, the black doctors, and the entrepreneurs. They want to take it away, our heritage, and give us little to celebrate. But wait, we can't let that be our fate. Don't let them control us through media sites such as Facebook, X, and TikTok. Even when we waste time looking at so-called funny videos, does that really enhance and help our people to grow? We just want more and more of our men and women doing great things, raising Black America higher. I want more. I want to know more about Duke Ellington, McKinley Jones, Billie Holiday, Carmen McRae. I want more. Do you want more? Keep Black history alive. We all should want more.
I didn't bring anything prepared, but I'm just going to combine 2 short poems. When I was young, I was quiet. But as I grew, my quietness became a little bit more back burner, and now I'm loud. My people are loud. When I open up the window, the traffic is loud. I see moms on the ground saying, "Did I tell you to do that?" And you know the little dogs and cats say with the ears up, they say, "That woman is loud." But when I open up my mouth now, it's not for food, but it's to shout. I'm loud, and I'm so full, because in this life, there are souls that want to be shared, but they distance themselves out of shame and indignation. And I'm talking about good souls that we can bury in the ground, and good people with their poems, their books, their leadership can sprinkle them, and they'll grow and become whole souls. They'll go through the rain troubles, they go through the snow, and they'll get to the sunshine, and they'll say, "Lord, here I am. I'm a whole soul." Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So we are now going to reintroduce our president, chapter president, Lady Marion Flamer.
Okay, thank you. Let's give all of our performers a big round of applause. It's been a wonderful afternoon. And I'd like to ask all of the members of the Harbor City, Maryland chapter to come on the stage with me now. We had several join us during the afternoon. We hope that you will continue to think about supporting us. It really takes a village to really do the mission that we have of supporting youth in the arts. So we hope that each and every one of you will join us in all of our activities and continue to follow us so that you can be a part of that village supporting all of the youth. So on behalf of all of the Harbor City, Maryland chapter members who are coming, this amazing group of women who are passionate about the arts. We thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.